Good morning, Larry. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning, Rabbi Proud.
Hey, good morning. I spoke yesterday with your son before we started. It's amazing the experience that he's observing and he's analyzing.
It's quite amazing.
Yeah. He's never experienced this type of it's a very unique experience. Good morning.
Yesterday it froze us, today a bit too hot. Okay.
We started yesterday with the Rambam, or the Pasuk, כי ידעתיו למען אשר יצווה את בניו אחריו ושמרו בדרך השם לעשות צדקה ומשפט. It seems that this is the first source of mitzvat chinuch. Avraham Avinu is giving over, לעשות צדקה ומשפט. So we're starting, will take us a few days to be makif, the topic of. Let's look a second in Masechet Sukkah, Daf Bet Amud Bet. We have many Gemarot here. Daf Bet Amud Bet. In the Mishnah, we had a machloket between Rabbi Yehuda and Chachamim. If the schach of the Sukkah, the schach is above 20 amot, Chachamim are saying that the Sukkah is psula, this is the halakha. Rabbi Yehuda says it's kosher. Machloket. So please look on the bottom of Bet Amud Bet. Look here. Amar Rabbi Yehuda. Maaseh behileli hamalka. Somehow there's no father there.
Is it Jewish queen or
Jewish queen? You see from the Gemara that she's Jewish. שהייתה סוכתה גבוהה מ-20 אמה. The schach of her sukkah was above 20. והיו זקנים, the elders, the Sanhedrin, who came to visit her on יום טוב או חול המועד, נכנסים ויוצאים לשם. ולא אמרו לה דבר.
Not a proof.
This is obviously
That's what they're going to say.
So the question is, because of mitzvah tochacha, they have to say something to her. ולא אמרו לה דבר. Obviously, if they held that this is pasul, they would not eat there, but they came to visit her. So Rabbi Yehuda is bringing her proof that the sukkah is a kosher sukkah. Otherwise, why didn't they make a comment? Amru lo, Chachamim who disagree with Rabbi Yehuda and said that the sukkah is non-kosher, Misham raya, what's your proof? Isha ita. Upetura min ha-sukkah. You have it here?
No,
you have Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah, you have right. Bet Amud Bet at the bottom, yeah? Isha הייתה ופטורה מן הסוכה. אמר להם רבי יהודה continues to explain his proof. והלא 7 בנים היו לה. She has 7 sons. And she, ועוד, another point, כל מעשיה לא עשתה אלא על פי חכמים. She's not one of those, I'm trying to impress others. Everything she said was al pi chachamim. So again, Rabbi Yehuda, you open the Gemara, Daf Bet Amud Bet, make sure Masechet Sukkah, which is the third Gemara of this Gemara, the third. Rosh Hashanah, Yom HaSukkah. Make sure you open Sukkah. David, give it to David.
Ronnie's going to come now. We'll look together.
As it happened, we have to get plenty of Gemara.
She's not mentioned in Melachim, is she?
No, in several, this is Beit Sheni.
Oh, by Shani. Right,
Beit Sheni is.
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Rabbi Yehuda is trying to prove that if the schach is above 20, the sukkah is kosher, because the members of the Sanhedrin came to visit the queen, and her schach was above 20.
And she was religious.
And the Gemara says, "Kol ma'aseh lo aseh al pi chachamim," and they didn't mention anything. So Chachamim are saying she's a woman is patur. Right? This is an interesting Gemara semi. Let's say she's patur, but she's entertaining people.
No,
children.
That's not a good.
No.
She made the sukkah for men. This is pashut.
The point is, you are the queen. We're obligated to tell you directly if you're doing something wrong. You are a woman, but the Gemara says she has 7 kids.
Yeah, but here's the key.
Listen, let's go slow. למה לי למיתני ועוד כל מעשיה לא עשתה אלא על פי חכמים? Why is Rabbi Yehuda adding this sentence? Yes, it's enough. He's saying she has children. No? כי תאמרו, for the sake of argument, בנים קטנים היו, they're minors, they're underage, וקטנים פטורים מן הסוכה. The reason why she is patur, her children underage, so Rabbi Yehuda is adding, no, כיוון דשבעה הבו, this is 7 kids. אי אפשר, אי אפשר דלא הווה בהו חד שאינו צריך ללמוד. 7 kids, anywhere you go, so why is it 7, 8, whatever?
Triplets.
Okay, yes, apparently.
This answer means that they didn't have to build a kosher sukkah for the kids.
I mean, this is
So
our,
that's the
this
thing.
is
That's but they're both agreeing.
it's our topic. It's our topic now. If they're underage, of course not. But there is at least one child.
One kid is
Yeah.
old enough.
It's chayav b'mitzvat
We
chinuch.
figure out the math, but I'm saying the point
But
is they
you
both
realize there are
say-
many rules we receive from him. She's a mother.
No, Rabbi Yehuda is still fighting them.
No. This is
Not
part of
giving in.
this is
Not
part of
giving
Rabbi Yehuda speaking. Rabbi
I-
Yehuda is saying one kid is 7, 8, 9. He has to sit in a kosher sukkah. How can the mother build it above 20? And how can Chachamim are not? Chachamim should tell her your older son cannot be in the sukkah or change the schach because your son has to be in the sukkah. This is Rabbi Yehuda speaking.
Well, who says kitam rubanim katanim?
That's against
Rabbi
Rabbi
Yehuda.
So Rabbi Yehuda
Listen,
then
listen,
answers this.
listen,
Rabbi Yehuda then answers that.
Listen.
One of them is old enough.
Listen a minute. Rabbi
Yeah.
Yehuda makes 2 statements. A, this is the story. And as Rabbi Yehuda is bringing the proof to his point, Rabbi Yehuda is adding she had 7 kids. Why is Rabbi Yehuda adding this second half? To
To say
prevent,
that
if Chachamim are going to tell him, well, she's a woman and the children are minors. So this is why they didn't say
So Rabbi
anything.
Yehuda is saying that if all of them were under, if you only had 3 kids, they were all under 13, she would not need a kosher sukkah.
Right.
Right. So saying
Under
that
9,
that
under 10.
under whatever the age is, that's for they don't need to kasher. They don't need a kasher etrog. They could have a lemon, or they don't need a
Which age are we talking about?
But she had 7,
3,
so one of them must have been
4,
chayav. That's what
5,
I'm saying.
6 is a change. Ketanim here means 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
6, 7 and up.
So you're saying the
depends on-
katanim does not mean under 13.
If you want,
Okay, no, I'll accept that. That's fine. That's
That's what he
different.
said.
yeah, look
Then
at
it's
the
different.
look at second if you want. That's
Oh yeah, okay, fine. I'll accept it.
But this
No.
this is the pshat. This is the pshat of the
Don't be like
Gemara.
me, like.
No, I'm accepting it. I'm not like
No, but this is the
you
pshat.
wouldn't accept it.
This is the pshat. No, but this is the pshat of the Gemara.
Okay.
If you really want it, look at the Rashi on the bottom. Rashi brings קטן שאינו צריך לאימו חייב לחנכו במצוות סוכה. You see the Gemara in Daf Chav Chet,
5 lines.
a kid that is independent and is not running after his mother, only he is in the age. Otherwise, patur, yes. You look further.
Okay.
ועוד,
So
so ועוד. כי תאמרו בנים קטנים היו קטנים פטורים מן הסוכה, כיוון דשבעה אבו, אי אפשר דלא הווה ברוך אחד שלא צריך לאמור. תראי לי, וכי תאמרו קטן שאינו צריך לאמור מדרבנן ודמחייב, even if she has kids 7, 8, 9, and מדרבנן as Eli wants to know she's חייב במצוות חינוך, but it's only מדרבנן she's חייב, yes? והיא, perhaps, מדרבנן לא משגיחה, maybe the queen was religious, but she didn't מקפיד על דרבנן. This is why רבי יהודה is adding בעוד כל מעשיה לא עשתה אלא על פי חכמים. She is definitely following exactly what the halacha is. So
Rabbi Yehuda stands.
he has a very strong, point. Now look a second at the Rashi at the bottom of the page. Mid'Rabbanan, listen carefully to the Rashi. שהזקיקו להרגיל את הקטן למצווה שהוא ראוי לה. חכמים recommended us to train our kids to mitzvot that when he becomes mature is חייב, כדי שיהיה מחונך ורגיל למצוות. רש"י says it here in חגיגה. The purpose of מצוות חינוך is you are getting used to it as you grow. It's part of.
But do you really need a real lulav and an etrog? I mean, if you
That's
keep
what I would say, according to Rashi.
Obviously, this is the point that we're going to discuss.
right, okay.
So the question is, obviously, Eli mentioned it yesterday. There are children, they know if it's 20, 21, 19 and a half, they're sitting in the sukkah. This is exactly the point in the sukkah. Of course, the second point, which we are going to discuss, is a mother obligated mitzvot chinuch the same as a father. This we Masechet Yoma. This is why you have a Gemara that says the Ritva here. The Ritva from here you see that if you are educating your son, you cannot give him a lemon that looks like an etrog. Okay, you cannot give him a lulav. It's pasul because the spine is split more than half. It has to be mechanchim et hamitzvah behechsher gamur, which means
From Rabbi Yehuda, learning this?
from the Gemara. Yeah. Otherwise, what's your point, Rabbi Yehuda? The reason why they didn't say anything because they're sitting in the sukkah. They have to tell them 19, 20. You see from the point. Otherwise, Rabbi Yehuda's point doesn't start.
Let me ask you, but according to Rashi, if I want to give this 11-year-old, he knows how to wash his body. I want to give him tefillin to teach him how. Do I have to put anything in the box? He cannot know the difference. So it doesn't matter if my chinuch makes no difference whatsoever. So intrinsically doesn't have to have value.
This is why the Ritva comes in and he says we can erase what Rabbi Yehuda is saying unless the tefillin has to be kosher for Eli Tower. You can give your son only tefillin that you can make a bracha. Otherwise, it's not.
And to me, it's not exactly chinuch. There's an intrinsic. Yeah, it's not chinuch because then there's an intrinsic value for this katan to put on tefillin.
I'll say one day, Daddy, why don't you
that's the point.
Not because of that. Because the chaya is from the Gemara. Otherwise, 20 and 21 is like an empty box of tefillin. Yes.
Yeah.
But Rabbi Yehuda is saying no. Chachamim should have told her it's not kosher. So you see that mitzvah chinuch is not. It's a game.
No, when we saw the Gemara yesterday we saw it, and it's according to that there is a value. It didn't even mention the father. It says the children have to do it without even mentioning the parents.
We are studying the topic.
Okay, I'll be quiet now.
So here, no, but this is exactly the topic. This is the topic. This is the topic.
What topic?
No, it's going to have 10 views. Don't worry.
Complicated. It's one view, but the Chokhmah is to really understand. Okay, so are we puppets or we are?
So this is the source, This is the source.
Open now the Shulchan Aruch. So remember, the Gemara is telling us here, if the sukkah or above 20 is pasul, don't let your kids be there. You have to lower the schach, even though the kids know nothing. Now let's go to the point that Eli is trying to touch. Open Siman Taf Resh Nun Chet. Taf Resh Nun Chet. $158.
558, okay.
660.
Oh, excuse me, sorry, you're right, sorry.
Okay, nun Vav.
Half resh, nun chet. Please look at Seif Vav here. Look at Seif Vav. Tav resh, nun chet, Seif Vav. Which chelek do you have? Give us instead. I didn't see. Okay, Lo yitnenu, you can just listen. Lo yitnenu, the father should not give on the first day of Sukkot, which is mitzvah min Torah, and you have a din of lachem. Lo yitnenu b'yom rishon bekatan. The father should not give the arba minim to his child 9, 10. קודם שיצאו. Why? Why? מפני שהקטן קונה. If you are giving it to the child, he is the owner now of the lulav, but ואינו מקנה לאחרים מן התורה. Then when the father wants to make a bracha, the child has no way to give it back.
But how could he do it if he's a katan? He doesn't have dot to do that.
So Tosafot say a few places, and here it's open in the Shulchan Aruch, it's a Gemara, of course. When that acheret is makneh, when a dog, if a kid picks up a $20 bill in the street, it's his only midrabanan. In Torah, if you take it, in Torah, you're not a thief.
Wow.
But if his grandfather gave him the $100 bill, then it belongs to him in Torah. If you take it from him, ganafta min Torah. What's the difference? Listen carefully. Listen carefully now. A katan is a ma'aser kinyan. He can hold the $20 bill, yes? He doesn't have the dot to be koneh. If an adult is giving him, says the Ksot HaChoshen, the dot is the dot of the man who gives it to him, and the act is his act. If you combine the dot of the giver and the act, the ma'aser kinyan of the child, it's min Torah. Therefore, when it's called Ma'aseh Kinyan v'dat lekinyan. Katan doesn't have a dat for kinyan. But you are giving it to him, you are giving him ownership because you are the owner of the money. So if you combine the two, because every Ma'aseh Kinyan that I do, you do, is a combination of the two. So if you are giving the Katan on the first day, before you make the bracha, he is now the legal owner of the lulav. See, if the kid found the lulav in the street, or he went with his own money, he bought it, it's not his min Torah. Here, you gave it to him. Look, ונמצא, שאם החזיר לו, when the minor, remember, minor here is 10, 11, or 7, whatever, age of חינוך, אינו מוחזר. אינו מוחזר, yes? No, good. Now, ויש מי שאומר, Amaran brings another opinion. You see, this is the Ran. You see on this side, Lamed, the Ran. יש מי שאומר שאם הגיע לעונת הפעוטות, מותר.
Why?
Okay, obviously we have to see why. So please look a second. in משנה ברורה חו"ב, you see, הפעוטות, היינו כבן 6 או כבן 7. In our language, is הגיע לחינוך, yes? 6 or 7, now is in the age, so listen, מותר, ואז מתנתו מתנה, מדברי סופרים. At this age, the same way that we say, make you obligated to fulfill mitzvot, we gave you power to be makneh mid'Rabbanan. It's a big problem.
He gave the power.
No, Chachamim gave minor. Children have a kinyan mid'Rabbanan. Makneh mid'Rabbanan. It's a big problem.
They own it. They
No,
really
no.
own it.
Oh, it's a very big problem. Why? I need a lulav that is mine in Torah. Correct? When I gave it to him, he became the legal owner. When he gives me back the lulav, it's mine only mid'Rabbanan. How can I fulfill the mitzvah?
Well, that's why he said to do it that's why you have to do it before.
No, we're talking, what's the, what's-
The first day, it's not really.
No, it
No,
says
no,
both days.
לא, בבית המקדש 7 ימים, ביום הראשון כולם מסכימים זה מן התורה. ושמחתם לפני השם אלוקיכם. So please look at the...
No, the Mishnah Berurah seems to say it's to 2 days. The Raisa over here.
Let's
That's the problem.
let's go to ביאור הלכה, look at ביאור הלכה in the white line. You have a third white line, לא יתנני.
The right side.
Please remember again, the first opinion, Shulchan Aruch says, don't give it to the Katan. Finish. Because you cannot give it back to me. Second opinion.
Oh, you're like the grandfather, you gave it to him, so you got both. You got both.
This is what he says. והטעם, second line. דעה ראשונה היא לשון הרמב"ם. ועיין בבדק הבית, בית יוסף, שכתב, ask it loud, Yosef. The Midas Satam, you know this rule. When the Rambam doesn't write, he's writing, yes? Midas Satam. The Rambam didn't say this age, that age. Midas Satam.
He eliminated it on purpose.
משמע, ואפילו הגיע לעונת הפעוטות, גם כאן אין לי טענה. The Rambam is saying regardless, if he didn't have a bar mitzvah, he's not 13 to puberty signs, don't give it to him before you did the mitzvah yourself. He explains now that time. Please listen carefully. Okay, now he's saying, of course, what I told you before, I saw it here. that time, the Rambam, לשיטתו, בפרק כ"ט מהלכות מכירה. The Rambam in chapter 29 of הלכות מכירה, ואיכה דעת אחרת מקנה לו, הוא זוכה מן התורה. But I told you before, an adult is giving a minor, the minor is the owner of the object now מן התורה. Yes? ואם כן, אפילו הגיע לעונת הפעוטות, even if the kid is 7, 8, 9, ומדרבנן, he has the power to do a קניין, but only מדרבנן. ותקנו רבנן דמתנתו מתנה. הלא מן התורה, אינו יכול להקנות. This is exactly, according to the Rambam, if he's a minor, regardless of which age, even though he does have a kinyan to give me, but I need it to be mine in the Torah, it's only with the Rabbanah. So what is the other opinion? Okay.
So an enterprising 12-year-old can't buy and sell goods?
He can definitely do it because with the Rabbanah belongs to you.
So we're not worried about the Torah.
But at the first day,
No, I'm just saying in general.
Well,
just
I'll
merchandise,
give-
not
I'll give
that.
you a good
Just
example.
merchandise. I'm talking about general stuff. You open the little booth somewhere.
Yeah, sometimes a little kid is
Because
selling.
no, but
He goes
it's
selling for big-
מה זה משנה if the sneakers are mine in התורה with the Rabbanan? Here the Torah says,
I see.
if you buy
don't care.
from the kid a bottle of grape juice, there's no halacha that the grape juice has to be used in the Torah. Make use of grape juice. Here the Torah says you have to.
Purchase had to be valid.
לכם, this is the whole point. לכם. Go to the next line. The next line. ודעת היש אומרים, what is the second opinion say? Listen, ואפילו כשהדעת אחרת מקנה אותו, אין קניינו אלא מדרבנן, ולכן כשהגיע לעונת הפעוטות, כיוון שזוכה מדרבנן, כן מקנה גם כן מדרבנן. He says, even if I give a kid,
The grandfather giving you the things.
only
always
is
gonna be
מדרבנן.
valid.
זאת אומרת, יש לנו a major מחלוקת ראשונים now in Maran, Eli.
Yeah.
Do you realize? If a kid, like,
Can accept.
the halachic language, the way we are raised is, if you take a $20 bill that a grandfather gave a kid, according to the Rambam, Gazlan in the Torah. You are Gazlan, you cannot be a witness in a wedding, yes? According to the Yesh Omrim, says the Magid Mishneh, the $20 belongs to him only with the Rabbanan. If you take it away, of course, it's a sin to take it, but they sue with the Rabbanan. This is the two opinions here. If he is giving back to me, I don't need you, my dear grandson. This is my Minat Torah anyway. I never gave away. But you realize that this is an open two opinions in Maran, yes? And it's a stam v'yesh omrim.
The Gemara, it's not clear,
לא,
right?
בטח שלא, זה מחלוקת גדולה בראשונים, לא בדיוק. זה טומנדס נפקא מינות, טומנדס נפקא מינות. זה...
This is big, this is the right.
דאורייתא ממש. So every time you need something with דאורייתא, every time, theoretically speaking, a ring has to belong to the husband, yes? The kid says, you know, I saved money for my sister's wedding, I'm giving it to you. The father has to give it to you or your money. I mean, obviously, these two opinions. Okay, now, look a second. ואם תופס עם התינוק, which means I'm not giving over.
You hold on to it, you never give it to him complete.
I'm holding it together. Come, let's hold it together. I'm holding it together with
So
you.
there's no kinyan, you never let go.
Why can't I just say I'm lending it to you? Why do we have to have holding it together? You can just say I'm lending it. No, we're giving it to the kid.
The reason we're meeting is to discuss these type of questions. Let's see. כיוון שלא יצא מידו שפילה. It's very cute, which means I'm holding it with him. I did not give up my ownership. Very nice, but what did the kid gain now?
Doesn't have exclusive possession of it.
In this question, Eli, is at your point. Because is the kid having it minat Torah? No, because I'm maintaining.
Al menat le'achzir. Why doesn't that work for kids?
It's a very good question. So the answer is.
Rabbi Prague? Okay.
On condition you're going to
Sam is asking Larry.
But let's do it, but you know what, the complication is, the complication seems to be Sukkot. What about if I give my young son of 6 years old money to put in the tzedakah box?
So what's your question?
Yeah, it's not his.
No, listen carefully.
Who gets the mitzvah of tzedakah there?
Listen. Who gains the mitzvah? According to Rambam, the minute you gave him the $20 bill, he's the owner. He gave it for zakah. According to the Magid Mishnah, the second opinion, it's your money. It's not his money.
So he doesn't get the mitzvah of tzedakah.
Correct.
That's what I'm trying to take it out of lulav, because lulav unusual.
What is the difference? You want to give 20 for zakah. What's the difference if you give it? Sammy is asking a serious question. So to understand this question, go to Seif Dalet first. Keep your finger here. Go back 2 pages. Seif Dalet. Please listen carefully now. נתנו לו על מנת להחזירו. Okay? The first day you see that Rani has a beautiful etrog every year. Can you give it to me במתנה על מנת להחזיר? הרי זה יוצא ידי חובתו. הוא מחזירו. שעל מנת שמתנה על מנת להחזיר, שמה מתנה? I mean, this is מבהיל, if you think about it, yes?
Really?
I'm giving it to you for 10 minutes. But,
It's yours.
which means, for the duration of the 10 minutes, if someone comes and he says, can you sell it to me for 8 minutes? I'll give you $1,000. 100% yes.
Wow.
He has the right to.
Why? It's fully mine. תקשיב טוב.
Those 8 minutes.
נכון. I have a condition.
Breaks, you're
בסדר, but there is a condition. It's called חוכמה זה. I have a condition to give it back. But while I have it, it's mine.
We call that renting.
But
Yeah,
this is
but then-
another.
But then when he sells it,
I have a friend.
he doesn't return it. He doesn't end up giving it away.
I have a friend in the jewelry business many years ago. It's not anymore. Someone from California says to him, do you have a D flawless full color? It's one of him.
Very rare.
He says to him, do you know how much money this stone is? He says, no, the money is not an issue. Can you get me the stone? Huh? It's a big profit and it is hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
D is the highest, full color. Fine, you get me. Whatever the price, hundreds of thousands. 3 weeks later, the guy from California says, can I sell it back to you? No, it's not. Sell it back. He says, "Mata mishugar."
Yeah, what was the story
Your
then?
customer, listen what the story was. This is Hollywood. He said the producer in Hollywood had a stage of a heist of jewelry.
Oh,
And you wanted you
real
wanted the real thing.
In the
You said
movie.
to him, "Meshuggah, I would have
what's
charged
the
you
difference? I
$1,000
could have sold you a piece
for
of
that."
glass.
No. The movie it has to be authentic.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Authentic, in other words,
שילם
have a note of carrying.
350. זה חבר שלי, לא,
No,
אני גם לא הייתי.
no. So now after the movie, he has
No,
it.
which means he paid 350,000.
For rent.
And
It's like
rent
free.
now he's selling it for 3, הוא מכר את זה ב-300 בחזרה. But in the movie, this was אמת.
That's for real.
The actors
No,
were
no,
really
I'm
feeling
showing, no,
it.
Sammy, I'm showing you the lachem. Understand why I'm using this mashal? The lachem. The guy knows when he bought it, that
Yeah,
when
they
the
intentionally.
minute the picture came out
So-
good,
It's over.
I'm not used for it. Yes, but how you lost 50,000 on the exchange? Come on. So Sammy says, why don't you tell the Qatar this? I'm
Give it to
giving
him
it to
condition.
you. מה זה על מנת להחזיר? Sammy, see this, everyone knows, every Sukkot. I have to ask you, give it to me under condition. You know what על מנת להחזיר means? Listen good. If
You have
this
to
is,
have ownership. You have to have ownership.
Yeah.
על מנת להחזיר, says the Rosh, I have to give it back to you as a kinyan. The Katan doesn't
You
have
don't own it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
This is why, this is not a,
But if I don't return it to you, then the,
Retro-
when they're
retroact-
giving it to you,
good
it
retro-
doesn't count.
either proactively
So
was
if, the
never
Katan,
good.
so if the Katan doesn't give it back to him, it ends up back to him because it was never fulfilled.
Correct. But since we our discussion is that when you train a kid to do a mitzvah, the object, I mean, this is really our main focus, the object has to be an object that Jack can be yourself with it. If retroactively it was never the kid
Right.
didn't do anything.
If I give somebody a throat and he sells it, right? I'm in a whatever, and in that time, then it doesn't come back to me. Then the whole giving doesn't count
No,
for anything.
it's a
I
bracha.
go to the guy who has the
ברכה
who has the
ברכה
throat.
לבת- was that ברכה לבטלה?
No, but I go to the guy who has the trunk. I say, give it back because I paid for it. I give. The seller was not able to sell it. He didn't have it to sell.
Retroactive NG.
Right,
Yeah.
retroactively never
Angie.
owned it.
Mhm.
Rabbi, I'm a kid. I have a bike. Can I give it to you to use and give back to me?
Yes.
So I'll give you back the extra.
See, but
I'm not
Sammy,
not the kid.
Sammy, but this is the lachem. By a bike, there's no
You
lachem.
already
This is
are.
the key.
I'll give you back it. I'm a katan. I'll give you back the grog. I'm not nafsi.
אבל אני אומר, אין דין לכם. The Gemara in Kiddushin talks, by Pidyon Ben, what happened if the Kohen knows? The father of the boy is very poor. He has to give it. He says, Mr. Kohen, I'm giving it to you. I'm not asking. The Gemara, this is the Gemara, not me. Think for a
So
minute
we
again.
know that's a fraud.
See,
What was the case?
But for the lab, we
This is-
allow
Was
it.
that the
This
sham?
is-
I'm gonna
this
be
is-
your Kohen this
No,
Friday.
no,
What's the
no,
case?
no, but this is Samuel is best. No, no.
How about Prague?
If by a second, if by a trog you are Yotze, and the Torah says lachem, but you have to take it in slow moves. The minute the Kohen got it, for an hour, he's 100% old. He knows he
Yes,
has
give
to
it
give it
back.
back.
Oh.
But he got
Owned
it.
it.
Yes, I understand.
You
but
give
then
it to
Sammy,
it's
a
understood
man-
that I get the kid back. This was a
Sammy,
trade.
Sammy, by Kiddushin, the husband gives the wife a
Amen.
very
Yes, it's
It
The
worked.
Gemara,
kasher.
the Gemara talks about it. In
It's not in
Torah,
my Gemara.
tomorrow, you should
Really?
remember.
They take it all the way. They take it all the way.
Sammy, if it's by lulav, אתה לא שומע, lulav is more serious. You're taking a guy. לכן,
Can I ask you about Sfirat HaOmer? How would a father,
Okay, but now I'm really stretching it. This is good. What happened if for the duration of the hour that you have it, someone stole it from you? Who does he pay kefir? Sammy Sadnut or Zelig Prague? You know?
oh, there's a Gemara on that.
Sammy
you the owner at that
Sadnut is a
moment.
full
Owner
owner.
at that moment.
Sammy has a condition, please remember. The key, guys, Tshuvot Avot before Sam. You have a condition and outside of the gift. This is 100%. You heard the case, Larry? I gave it to him. I gave him an etrog of
Yeah, that's in Sukkah Gazula. Isn't that in Sukkah Gazula? They bring that up?
the case. This is the case. Rani has a very expensive etrog, $300. He gave it to Sammy Matana Manat Lachzir. Sammy has to give it after Shachrit. I came and I stole it from Sammy. Who gets the kefir? not Rani, Sammy gets it.
Because you're right there. Who was
It's
over
his.
that moment?
Even though,
With an
no,
obligation.
but the point is, for the moment, he's the full owner.
He's the owner.
Tomorrow, Sammy, just for the sake of the argument, tomorrow we're going to start with the buying of the shit.
Rabbi, when he's the
Does
full
Sam-
owner, if I'm the full owner, for that 10 minutes, I can't cut it in
What
half
else
and
you
squeeze
do?
it in
Good,
my
Yeah.
teeth.
only,
Because I have that
No,
condition.
no,
So I'm not really the full owner.
listen good, the only reason you cannot do it is not
Because I have the
because
condition.
as far as your ownership, you can do it, but you know that you'll never be able to give it.
Right,
That's
because I have
what
the
I'm saying.
condition to return
I'm
it.
saying as far as the ownership,
I own it.
you own it, you can cut it, but.
But then I can't.
Tomorrow,
fulfill the second.
we are going to
What
start.
happened to Enoshin thing על שכר
Let's say
העבירות?
what's going on.
אנושין
עבירה, מחר נראה.
Let's say what's going on.
Leave the kiddushim,
So,
leave the kiddushim.
Rabbi, we
Leave
clear.
the Mishnah
we're clear
Berurah, leave the
amongst
Mishnah Berurah.
adults, almanac
Tomorrow
works.
we'll start the kiddush.
Amongst adults, almanac
Yes,
works.
Right,
Clear
no,
on that.
but
No doubt.
we established, because Sammy kept coming with, we established it
You
for
know,
the
when Sukkah
duration.
lab, okay, but
For
a
the,
real-
no, Sammy,
real
like
business,
Sammy
yes.
said,
Even
no,
real-
right. Sammy says, if by Pidyon Ben is good, Kiddushin is the main, Kiddushin is the real stuff.
It's good for the Jordan man, it's good
No,
for
but
the
Kiddushin is your terms.
Yeah, in the
Sammy,
the wife.
in the Etiashati, she has an affair, we would stone him. But I got married with her, they
Was it
got
going back?
that deal, he got married.
No, that's.
Okay, so
so-
stay back.
Rabbi Prague, during the time the kid has the lulav for that 10 minutes, could he let someone else bench with it, another adult?
Yes. Another
Okay.
adult he cannot, because in order
He
for
has
the
no
other
right to
adult,
transfer.
he has to transfer
He has no
ownership.
right to
He
transfer.
doesn't have the halachic
Doesn't have,
power of
transfer.
transferring ownership because he doesn't have the mind. What is
Could he
Kinyan?
transfer to
Tomorrow,
another kid?
what?
Could he transfer
To
to
another
another
kid
kid?
will talk tomorrow. Good. This is a good question, Rani.
He
To
has the
another
partial
kid
right.
on the same level, same level.
I'm enough.